Hey guys, Gray here, bringing you back to Pokemon Puzzle League. And sorry, I'm looking around, trying to think of something. I don't know. Give me a sec. That's better. So I left you off here, and my score is going to be different, and time and stuff, because I had another recording session of this, but I have misplaced it, so I had to go to the laborious task of going through all the levels before this, and yeah, so now we are back here and working our butts off to continue. So yeah, I've got no idea what I'm doing. What am I doing? That's better. No. I have no idea what to talk about. I'm just like, I wanted to do a commentary today, but I was just like super tired, and I've actually been sleeping for like, I don't know, ages now. I woke up at like 5 and then proceeded to stay awake, and then I ended up taking like a 2 or 3 hour nap. I think it was a 3 hour nap until about an hour ago, and I just didn't get up. So I don't know. I'm still tired, and there's so much happening the next few weeks. It's just like hectic. I wouldn't want it any other way though. My life is boring as it is anyway. Sitting at home, pumping out videos for no reason. Oh, the joy. No, I kid. It's a lot of fun. Actually, I've got something to talk about now that I think about it. I've been watching a lot of Let's Plays recently. I don't know why, I just had a sudden urge to like watch like tons and tons of Let's Plays. And one of the Let's Plays that I ended up watching was actually Donkey Kong 64. I can remember when I was, how old would I have been? I don't know, like 12 or 13 or something? No, probably younger than that. I don't know. Back when I was like a lot younger, like we're talking like 6 or 7 years here, back when like Donkey Kong Country, like back when like the Nintendo 64 was like hip, this is like what I'm talking about. I can remember I was away on holidays, and one of my friends had Donkey Kong, and I loved it so much that I wanted it as well. So I, while I was away on holidays, I actually went to a particular hobby shop. They sell like toys, model airplanes, and like what else do they sell? They sell lots of stuff, lots of like good stuff as well. And I was like, I ended up seeing that they had it, and I was just like, I want it. So I ended up buying it, and then I realized that not only didn't I have a Nintendo 64 with me, but it was pretty much almost the start of the holiday. So I had to wait like a week and a half until I got home to play it. And not only would I have to wait that long, but the day that I would get home, I wouldn't be able to play it either, because it would be like 12 o'clock at night by the time I got home, and when you're like 12 or 11, you've probably fallen asleep before then. So yeah, but I can remember once I got it and I was playing it, it was a lot of fun. And the person who I watched play it did a 100% run of it, except the only thing he didn't get was the fairies. He didn't. If you know what I'm talking about, then good for you. If you don't, go play it. I highly recommend that you play Donkey Kong Country 64. It's so good. It was literally like one of probably one of my favorite games from the Nintendo 64 era, apart from Zelda. And actually, well, there's actually quite a few games on the Nintendo 64 that I enjoyed a lot. I remember when I first got the Nintendo 64, I got Super Mario 64, Mario Kart, and Mischief Makers. And not many people know about Mischief Makers because not many people bought it. The reason why I had it was because when I, well, not when I bought my Nintendo 64, when it was bought for me as a Christmas present. It came in a pack, and yeah, it had Mischief Makers in it. If you know what Mischief Makers are, then you're doing something right. So yeah, and then just sort of my games sort of just expanded from there. So I got Super Smash Bros. I got Zeldas, and then I remember I got Zelda Ocarina of Time, and then at one stage I ended up getting what's the other one? Majora's Mask. I wasn't a huge fan of Majora's Mask just because it felt like it was a longer game, but now that I look at Let's Plays of it and stuff, it's not actually that much longer than Ocarina of Time. It's more that it's just got a lot of tedious backwards and forwards stuff, which some people can handle, some people can't. And yeah, oh god, not this special stage, I hate this thing. So yeah, so I still got all my Nintendo 64 games and stuff. I still love them all. I can remember, oh no. I remember watching a video, I don't know when, I watched this video, but I can remember that it was about top 10 moments that you sort of hate your friends when you're playing, and it was basically a bunch of Nintendo games, and it was all based around the sort of Mario Kart, sort of green shells, blue shells, stuff like that, just completely owning you at the last second and stuff. I just thought that was an epic video. And by the way, you don't need to win this stage to actually proceed. Alright, round 4, 3D stage. What else do I know? Oh yeah, another series that people would have forgotten about, which I'm kind of annoyed with, because to me Banjo-Kazooie has always been a Nintendo franchise. So the problem that I'm having with it now is the fact that Banjo-Kazooie isn't on the Nintendo side anymore. It's actually been moved to Microsoft. So when you search for it, say for instance, if you wanted to be oh, let's play Banjo-Kazooie on your Wii, you can't, because the rights to it have gone to Microsoft, which is where Banjo is now. So you can't actually get it on a Nintendo Wii or the Wii U or anything. It's kind of annoying, because that's where it's supposed to be played. It's not supposed to be played with an Xbox 360 controller. It's meant to be played with Nintendo style controls. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And then there's Banjo-Tooie, the second version of the game. I always loved Banjo-Tooie. I prefer Banjo-Tooie over Banjo-Kazooie, and the only reason for that is the fact that I feel like Banjo-Kazooie doesn't flow as well as Banjo-Tooie does, and it's just when you're playing it, I feel like it's super sluggish when I play Banjo-Kazooie, but when I play Banjo-Tooie, I know that the animations flow, and I can Like, you know, I can do a lot more with it than I can in Banjo-Kazooie, because Banjo-Kazooie, like, when you roll in Banjo-Tooie, it like, after you finish rolling, you don't stop, whereas in Banjo-Kazooie you kind of stop to, like, get up. I don't know if that was just like a limitation that they had back then, or it was just something that happened with the animation. But yeah, I have to say though, the originality of Banjo-Kazooie, like the worlds and stuff, definitely I'd have to say like the first one is like the best for that. Like, sure, there are some good levels in Banjo-Tooie, but I just have to say that, like, if I could do anything, I would love to like them to like revamp like the old Banjo-Kazooie with like the Banjo-Tooie controls, and I'd play the hell out of that. I would love that. I would love that to pieces. What else is there? What else is from my Nintendo sort of experience? Pokemon Stadium was like another game that you sort of hated, because whenever you wanted to play like co-op, or like actually no, if you wanted to verse a friend, the person who picked second would literally just pick every single counter to all the Pokemon that you picked. So it was just like, what's the point of doing a battle on the same screen if you're just going to pick counters to whatever your friend just picked? So it's just like, oh, you picked, you know, you picked a grass type. Here, I'll pick a fire type. You know, it's just like, why? Why bother? Why bother going to, you know, so much, you know, strenuous tasks of like, you know, thinking of which Pokemon to pick, when all that's going to happen is your friend is going to just stab you in the back and be like, haha, I just, you know, like completely owned you because I went second. Oh well. What else? Super Smash Bros. The Nintendo 64 is really well, not really the Nintendo 64. I would say the GameCube is where Super Smash Bros. Really shined, because not many people played it on the Nintendo 64. I played the hell out of it. Like I played what's it called? I played like more often than not when my friends came down at the end of each year, and they used to stay over for a week or so. I used to play a lot of Nintendo 64 with them, and they enjoyed it as well. And whenever we played Super Smash Bros, me and my friend would always end up playing 99 lives. So it was the first one to, you know, kill someone with 99 lives. Sure, it took like an hour and like something to actually get a winner, but god damn was it intense during that time. You'd play with like super hard bots and just go at it for like literally hours. I'm pretty sure like the longest time that I spent doing one of those was about 2 hours, and it was not because we didn't die as much. It was more the point that every time that, you know, someone died, you were like pretty much close to death already. And then there was like item spawns, and since you couldn't change like items back then, it was kind of OP. Like, you know, you could get like the hammer. What else could you get? Home run bat. Home run bat's always been in there. It's always been a favorite of mine. Bombs and Pokeballs. Pokeballs always seem to be like in the favor of computers, and you used to like, you know, you used to throw it and you'd get like Goldeen or something, and which did nothing, and you'd just be like, oh yeah, and then like the other computer would throw one and they would get like a Blastoise or something and knock you off the edge of the stage. Like it wouldn't be like, you know, you had a chance. Like it would be literally the second they get the Pokeball, they throw it at you, and the Blastoise would appear and it would just like wreck you straight off the edge, and you'd just be like, damn. Oh well. It's a lot a lot of fun stuff. And then there was sort of like the other end of the spectrum, which was Mario Party. And Mario Party was literally like the ultimate friend killer. It's just like, you want to play a game with a friend? Play Mario Party. Nope. And there was like, in the video, they're explaining how like people won't go over to selective people's houses anymore because of the style of games that a person owns. Like apparently, like, you know, because someone played Mario Party at this particular person's house, they won't go over to their house because if they go to play a game, that's what they're going to play. And even if it isn't to play that game specifically, they still won't go. I find that like hilarious. What are we doing? Doing pretty well, actually. I'm actually quite happy with how I'm going in this. What are the Star Fox? The birth of... oh, well, it's not really the birth of Star Fox, but it was sort of where people sort of picked it up. I know that Star Fox was on the Super Nintendo. I didn't have a Super Nintendo, so I never got to play it. But I think actually, no, that's a lie. I have played it. I played it on an emulator, and I feel very bad for saying that, because that means that I didn't own it. I actually knew someone who owned it. But that doesn't excuse the fact that I did it. But I don't have it anymore. All the games that I have on my emulators and stuff, I actually own in real life, and I still have I still got the Nintendo 64 boxes that they came in and stuff. I've got all the manuals and stuff. It's just like epic reminisce. Like, if I wanted to, like, you know, if I was ever gonna sell any of my Nintendo stuff, I would be able to sell it in the box that it came in. But I don't think I really don't think I would sell any of my Nintendo stuff now that I think about it. I just love it too much. What else is there that's kind of interesting? How the hell am I doing so well? Normally in these 3D stages I do really, really bad. But I seem to be doing okay today. Maybe it's just the day. What's another game that's... anyway, let's go back to Star Fox. Star Fox, I don't think I owned it straight up. I remember I played it a bunch by renting it from my local video store. And I can remember... well, I know for a fact that the video store that I used to go to is now shut. And I think there's like a bar there or something now, which is kind of annoying, but... you know, there's not much I can do about that. And I loved that video store. That video store was great. It had, when Nintendo was popular, it had Nintendo games. When GameCube came out, it had GameCube games. It had like PS2 games. I didn't like jump on the PS2 Xbox thing until just recently. Well, not just recently. I've had like a 360 for like 3 years or 4 years now, but really 3 or 4? Yeah, 3 or 4 years or something like that. Yeah, actually no. It would be... I've had it for 3 years because I got my Xbox the year that... I got it the year MW2 came out. And yes, that Christmas I was a Christmas noob. But that changed very, very quickly with me. And I don't think any of my friends like that. What else? What other games are on Nintendo 64 that I enjoyed? I guess I could sort of talk about Mario. I've got no idea what to say here. Awkward. One quick thing. The music in the background is from DJ Ravine, a mix called In Dubstep We Trust #3. Go check out his SoundCloud, go check out his YouTube page, whatever. See you guys.